I'm Faye What, and let's queer up education. Iowa's fight to keep Don't Say Gay out of high school. Lawmakers on Wednesday heard arguments from parents and educators who spoke in opposition to a bill that would bar discussion of gender or sexual orientation in grades K through 12. The bill seeks to expand the law signed by Republican Governor Kim Reynolds in 2023 that restricted such topics from being discussed in grades K through 7. The law is currently being challenged, but a judge has allowed it to stay in place during litigation. Republican State Senator Sandy Salmon voted to advance the bill, saying, quote, "I think just as not all parents want others to teach their children about sex education, so not all parents want others to teach children about sexual orientation and gender identity because it too involves family religious beliefs about sexuality and sexual ethics," end quote. Democratic State Senator Molly Donahue voted against advancing the bill, saying, quote, "Iowans are definitely tired of this type of legislation. And we're seeing that with the voting records, not just in Iowa, but across the United States. We are focusing on the wrong things when we bring bills like this," end quote. Wow. Well, banning words doesn't protect kids. It kind of erases them, right? So high schoolers already know who they are and what they can do with certain parts of their body. Trust me, Lawmakers just don't want them named out. Education isn't indoctrination and silence isn't safety. Iowa parents are right. This is the wrong fight at the wrong time, 100%.
I mean, first and foremost, I think Sandy Salmon, or whatever her name is, should probably learn more about grammar and basic use of the English language.
Did you see that?
Poor girl trying to pull that. I was like, I don't even know how she's trying to say that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the idea of banning all discussion and concepts of gender and sexuality, and people are like, well, it's for grades K through 6 or 7. Like, I'm sorry. So are we going to not say boy or girl to boys and girls? Are we not going to let kids say that they have a mother and father or two mommies or two? Like, that's insane. Like, that's what they're saying when they say these things. And we all know they're not going to actually do that. They're just going to erase people like us.
Well, she's obviously not listening to her constituents, obviously, because, she's obviously pushing her own agenda forward. That's what is pretty clear because, people are not bothered by these conversations, obviously, and they're not bothered by their children having these conversations, So, whether or not K through 12 or K through 6 or whatever the range is and stuff, maybe that's a little debatable. But, we should always never silence the terms at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're not giving kids credit.
Yeah.
Give them the credit to get this education and then figure out what they want to do with this learned education, right? I mean, sex education is so important.
And if you wait too late, if you wait till high school, I'm sorry for anyone who's been through puberty understands that it starts before high school.
Oh, God.
And talking to college students, you see it. You see they have no idea.
No.
But do they understand gender identity? And yes, completely.
Yeah.
Which is awesome that they do that. But just because, I know we talk about being erased, but just because it's not there or we can't put it in print doesn't mean it's not there, because it is there.
Yeah.
We just have to show them how to present themselves.
Yeah.
And be there to stand up for themselves. It's hard.
It's super scary. Again, listen, I'm a woman of a certain age. I went to school in New Jersey public school, and sex ed was part of the curriculum, right? And let me tell you, once they incorporated sex ed, less girls that I went to school with got pregnant. It just happened. I mean, there was a year there where I lost 5 of my friends, and because they were pregnant, they were not in school,
right.
Where they had to start a certain section for pregnant girls in the high school, because of how many we had, because women did it because the girls didn't know about abstinence or about birth control or about anything in between.
I mean, I remember as a child being introduced into a sex class. I think it might have been maybe 5th or 6th grade, just learning the basics. So, and then when you get into like my junior and senior years, it evolved more. There was more discussion in that. And so there's already a plan there. It's just to include us in the plan is really more or less what we're saying.
Yeah, and in essence include them, because we are in those kids, and all those kids, there's a bunch of queer kids right there hiding, being scared that they're not even being talked to or even seen. It's a lot. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.